Hello and welcome to Stateside here on Politics Social. I'm joined by Mikey Famine this week. How you doing, Mikey? Would you like to introduce yourself to the viewing audience?
Hello, all you beautiful people. I'm Mikey Famine. I'm one of the founders over at the BIN Podcast Network, where it's us international friends covering the week's politics. And we got a couple of shows going on over there. We got Unbox Politics, The Culture Under Review, many things for many different kinds of people. And we're over on YouTube, youtube.com/the BIN Podcast Network.
Brilliant. Excellent. What's Puninator talking about? It's bang on time today. Graham, it's the go live button. Cheeky sod. Right. Well, anyway, so what's been happening? It's been a bit of a sleepy weekend again for you guys, hasn't it? There's been no major drama.
Not much to speak on. Oh yeah, there. I mean,
what? I mean, what happened? What happened?
You would never guess what happened in Florida.
What happened in Florida?
Man with an AK-47.
An AK-47, not an AR-15, an AK-47. Okay. Yeah. What happened? What happened, Mikey?
Apparently, he was bird watching.
He was bird watching with an AK-47
outside of Mar-a-Lago.
Right, at a golf course.
And as per standard operating procedure, the Secret Service combs the course ahead of Trump as he golfs. And
that's a good use of taxpayers' money.
They just see a very strange stick poking through the fence. A very shiny metal stick poking through the fence. So they fire shots at the guy, and he bolts.
Yeah.
Someone catches him, or catches his license plate as he's fleeing, and then they detain and arrest him a short time later. But for all of what it looks like, Mans had a plan, but it didn't go according to plan.
Oh, well. Band of Harp J says AK-47. That's different. Yeah, it makes a change from your usual AR-15.
It's a very popular platform over here.
But also, I've fired an AK-47 once, a long time ago when I was in Cambodia, and they're impossible to aim. They're just really shit. That's why, in movies where you see someone with an AK-47 and they're shooting at the good guy and they keep missing, that's pretty realistic, actually, because they're such shit guns to actually try and shoot a target because the kickback on them is
Someone said
ridiculous.
Get stronger in the chat. What, guys?
What?
Guys.
Get stronger?
Get good. Who's saying that?
What?
Who's in the chat saying that?
I can't even see that. Is that in the live chat or the top chat?
My chat.
Oh, in your chat. Okay. We've got
my own little imaginary screen here, and it's just listing all the things that I would like to say.
Well, just as Mikey led me into that, I'll just say, if you do want to join the conversation this evening, just press the subscribe button, wait for 30 seconds, and you will be able to join the chat on the left, along with Christian and Alex and Veg Pie and MH Carer and also Alex French. What you said, Billy Kershaw. We've got Vortex Lisa. We've got Puninator, as I've mentioned. We've got Roger.
Any Americans? Where's the Americans?
Where's the Americans? I don't know. Christine Cash is American. I can't see her name yet, but if Christine Cash is there, say hello, Christine. And Jupp is in there.
Apple pie in the chat. Can I get some apple pie?
Jupp is saying that I'm just really bad at shooting stuff. I'm not really bad at shooting stuff. I'm just it's just a terrible gun.
It's one of the most reliable platforms ever made. You can bury it in sand for 10 years, run a hose through it, and it still goes.
Oh yeah. So Hardy.
Yeah,
that's why you always see it.
It's the what do you guys call them? The Hilux. It's the Hilux of
it never dies. It never dies. Toyota pickup truck, AK-47. Happy days on the flag of Mozambique and Hezbollah. You have a Welsh person, says Sarah Davis. Yeah, you got a Welsh person in the chat. Is that okay?
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. Apple pie is British. You yank, says Alex French. It's a bit rude.
Would you like some freedom? Sounds like
I think he wants some freedom, mate.
Would you like some apple pies in a bay?
Demanding some freedom. You're gonna have to freedom everyone. One Angry Ping says, try holding and firing a Bren light machine gun. I could barely hold it, even with the shoulder trap. Very heavy gun. Yeah, I won't try with that one. Anyway, so the original...
Buddy was laying down in the bush, in the shrubbery.
In the shrubbery, yeah. Well, look.
Trying to get his Lee Harvey Oswald on. But hey, Graham.
You have 3 names.
I get to say it for you. I get to say it. I told you so.
What did you tell me?
I told you. This was not, that last time was not going to be the only time. I told you. He has unleashed crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he's going to be president. That's it. The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court's going to, so that's the only thing that matters. I'm like, he has to make it. He has unleashed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
He has to make it.
Yeah. Okay. I can. Well,
why isn't Kamala out at some more this and more than? I'm like,
I'll go with you on that. I'll go with you on that. He does have to survive, but as far as like having the, if no one takes him out for a lovely meal, then he's. I still think he's got it in the bag. The presidency.
I would quit if I was him.
Yes, I would quit as well. I was talking about this morning.
In jail. Just go to jail.
Well, I mean, he must be stressed off his tits. Do you know what I mean? Like, he must be so stressed right now.
His morning go must be awful.
What's his morning go?
Just pure stress.
Well, yeah, I mean, because he apparently he had PTSD after the first assassination attempt. This is going to make it worse. He's obviously losing his mind. Right? Like, he's proper got dementia. Like, he's sundowning. Have you heard of sundowning? It's something dementia patients do. My dad did it when he was still able to walk about. And with us. It just gets crazier and crazier as the sun goes down, and eventually they start getting agitated and angry. And
sometimes it can be, they kind of like, I'm with my family, so it's a little confusing, but I kind of trust you guys, and I think you guys got me. He is out on TV and on fucking social media all day, and he's not sure what's happening anymore.
Yeah.
So he's very susceptible to dumb shit. Like, I don't know, all of us are eating pets. Like, I don't understand this.
We've got a question for you. We've got a question for you, Mikey, from Brenna. She wants to know, where's the soundboard, Mikey? Where's the soundboard?
I mean, it's only cool to pee in your own pool, Brenna. You can only pee in your own pool.
Yeah, don't pee in my pool. That's very rude.
I can't pee in Graham's pool.
There's a special dye in it, and it'll go purple around you, so we'll know it's you.
I used to tell everybody that too. I used to lifeguard. I told him it turned brown.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Even better.
Even worse.
We had Super Tiny makes a really good point here, saying, how did the assassin guess that Trump might be at the golf club? Don't know. He's a man of regular golfing. He spent, what was it, like of the 4 years that he was president, did he spend about 300 days playing golf?
It was something, almost a year. Almost a full year was at Mar-a-Lago. It was bad. But hey, they loved it. They loved paying all that Secret Service, getting, room service and, champagne and all the finest trappings at the taxpayer's expense. And guess where all that money went? Right into whose pocket. So I just think that is baffling to me that they didn't force him to live in the White House. Like, what are you even talking about? You have to live in the White House.
He had foreign diplomats and people like that staying at his Trump hotel in Washington. So he was making money out of organizing trips for people to come and stay at his expensive, shitty hotel. So he milked a lot of money out the US taxpayer. And then you've got the amount that he's cost you court so far.
That just makes him smart. Y'all are some suckers. This dude is a con man.
Well, I originally entitled this. Well, I did the thumbnail saying, "Does he deserve another shot at the presidency?" But someone said that I should take that, so I'll change it now to say he should get another chance. But I mean, I don't think that that is there not something? I mean, I don't got to be clutching at straws here. But is there not something in the Constitution about having to be not? I guess it's nothing about not being a criminal, but being mentally stable. Also, isn't there the 25th Amendment?
No, that's after they're in.
Bloody hell!
It's one of those things where you shouldn't have to, put the instructions for the Pop-Tarts, but as it turns out, that's why I am completely for a constitutional convention. We need an update. I mean, our terms and conditions need to be relooked at. There's a lot of gray areas that need to be tightened up. Certain freedoms and inalienable rights are in danger, and those need to be enshrined, apparently. So, yeah, I think we can really do for a touch-up. It's been a while.
Maybe the UK should come back and give you some freedom. Would you like that?
I think you guys
the
are
freedom
busy.
to have your tea taxed.
You're busy.
Oh, no, we're not. We're sorted now. We've got Labour in for the next God knows how many years. We're peachy. We've got time on our hands now. We don't know what to do with ourselves, except talk about what's happening in America, I guess.
Well, come on over.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, just don't.
The White House again.
Just hide your accents.
What? Why do we have to hide our wonderful British accents?
These Trumpers are kind of, they're trigger happy. You never know what kind you might get. They might think you're from some foreign nation.
This is what I was saying this morning on Morning Brew. Is Trump's problem is he, like you said earlier, he has unleashed the crazy, right?
For real,
and he can't control it. He cannot control it, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the tiger
by the tail now.
He is going to be looking over his shoulder every second of every day.
Every day.
If he continues trying to be president.
Even if he wins.
Yeah. There's going to be people every day trying to, who are his own people. There'll always be someone who voted for him in the past. I reckon.
Because they're crazy.
Yeah, crazy enough to do it.
So if he flip-flops, now his lynch mob is uncontrollable.
Yes.
So
if he doesn't deliver the wall or the whatever,
yeah. So this is the problem when you emotionally manipulate people into following your cult of personality.
Yeah,
they can become unwieldy if you decide to change your mind. They don't want you to change your mind. You were going in one direction, and that is a slow boat to turn. Good luck. Hey, bro, This is why I hope everyone at home is watching. This is why you don't use populism to fuel xenophobia, to fuel enrichment of the 1%. It's been done 1,000 times already. We've seen all these different leaders try it. It never works. It just blows up in your face. So whether you want to close your hand on the firecracker or let it go, that's your fucking call. But you gotta stop. Gotta stop with the lynch mob mentality. You lose every time. Ask the South.
We just got a super chat in from Tim Ballon saying, why is next to no one talking about the Egypt-Trump bribery case?
The $10 million.
Okay, you got to tell me about this because I haven't even fucking heard of it, man. There's so much to keep up with, Tim. I'm sorry, but thank you very much for the super chat. It's very kind. Tell us about the Egypt-Trump bribery case.
From what I gathered, the Egyptian version of the CIA, can't remember the acronym, but they had an account which had a bank location, and then they just get a call, get $10 million in cash, put it in the bags, truck comes, gets it, la da 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 da. No one asked why they had all this USD on hand and how it got. Long story short, the investigative journalism has pretty much affirmed that money went from the Egyptian government into Trump's campaign, and in return, Trump freed up that money with Egypt, and they ended up with $10 billion in aid. So you helped my campaign, which they were kind of thirsty for cash for that last little burst of ads. They didn't have that money. A whole bunch of money coming from
this is in 2016. Nowhere. This is in 2016.
Yeah. So while he was like, oh, the Russia, this election interference, maybe Russia was the wrong country, but it seems like there was some sort of verifiable tampering by the Egyptian government. And Menendez just got convicted for taking hundreds of thousands of dollars of gifts and gold bars from the Egyptian government for his using his position to aid Egypt.
And he's been sentenced to 222 years.
Yeah. So what's coming up now is that the court is trying, or the
prosecutor. He's a Democrat, isn't he? He's a Democrat.
Yeah. Yeah. The prosecutors are trying to get more. They're trying to get a wider scope of Trump's financial records, so they can see when that 10 million, because they had before the transfer, before they had the verified, before the money was taken out of Egypt. They know it came out on, like, I think it was like January 15th or something like that. They know it went out there, but they want to find it going into the Trump's finances. And then that was. When Trump was walking around talking about he's spending his own money on his campaign, and he's spending $10 million of his own money. Yeah. But then if you look into like the campaign finance, it was a loan. It was structured as a loan. So he was going to get paid back from the campaign for the $10 million. Real fishy shit. So the prosecutors are trying to get more of his records. They have some of his records, but they didn't find the 10 mil. But then but
Menendez has gone down for 222 years for taking gold bars. I mean, surely Trump needs to go down for this. He keeps breaking the law and getting away with it. It's infuriating.
But they can't get to his records yet. That's what they're after now, is trying to get a wider scope of his financial records. Yeah. Now that they have a date to go off of, now that they know when the money left Egypt.
Band of Harp Jesus, where did the Egyptians get that much spare money? 3 words for you: the Suez Canal.
10 million in US dollars. Yeah. Big faces. Just
that's a small proportion of what they get from the Suez Canal each day. Apparently the Egyptian CIA is called the Muhabbarat. I'm probably saying that with a terrible British accent, but terrible Liverpool accent. Jez Hunt says it's like the Bronze Age, with Egypt using gold to influence other powers. The Hittites are going to be knocking about anytime soon. Different rules for the rich, says Andrew Dixon. It is indeed. What's happened to your green screen, Mikey? Well, I can see.
I'm finding a different picture. I never meant for that to be there, and I'm actually going to just do it. So
never mind me. No problem. No problem. Paul says, "Reap what you sow." And one I be taking is talking about badgers. Apparently, the American badger, which is ugly, can be found in most places in the US, east of the Rockies. Mikey, you have badgers around you and you don't even know it. American badger ninjas. Yeah, but honestly, the badgers in America, they look like a British badger that's been on meth for 10 years. That's what they look like.
We have hard living over here.
So I know, you can tell. I've seen your badgers.
It's rough out here.
Yeah.
It's hard on a badger. But
I can't believe I hadn't heard
first of all, I know what this is alluding to. And yes, my campaign against the polar bears continues.
Oh God, no. Mikey, leave those poor polar bears alone.
I don't fear the badger, because the badger, unlike the polar bear, is puntable.
You mean you can kick it?
Just put one hand up, it's a corner kick. That badger's out of here.
Okay.
Threat neutralized.
So you can't punt a polar bear.
It is not if you want to keep that foot.
Is there a lot of Americans who are crippled by fear that a polar bear will attack them at any particular
Not point? Nearly enough.
Okay.
If you ask me.
All right. Yeah. It's unlikely that a polar bear will attack anyone in Florida.
It's low, but is it zero?
No. But I'll tell you what's not zero: the chance of Donald Trump winning this election, right? And I just want to say, obviously he is unfit for office. He's a criminal. He's a gangster. He doesn't give a shit about America, the American people. Doesn't give a shit about America's state place on the world stage. He doesn't give a shit about anything but himself and enriching himself and his family.
Right.
But what? I mean, I feel like the left-wing commentators have been picking up this a lot, but I'm not seeing it very much in the mainstream media about the guy's cognitive decline. The fact that he's given these rambling, weird answers to any questions that come his way. Like, he just doesn't... It's just not all there, is he?
It's funny you should mention that. Let me snuggle up close to you here.
Oh, thank you.
It's funny you should mention that, because we just talked about this on Unboxed Politics the other night. The sane-splaining and the sane washing. He says, no, they're eating the pets. They're eating it. And then they're in there Googling and Wikipediaing and going on 4chan, which is where that lie came from.
Yes.
And they're doing
about eating the pets. That's a 4chan thing.
Yep.
Might have known it.
Well, where else would JD Vance find it? He just looks like a 4chan troll.
He does. He's got the eyeliner for it.
I was about to say he's got the makeup for it. If
Why
you wear
does he-
makeup and it makes you feel pretty, then that's awesome. I'm
I
making
know,
fun of
it's
him
lovely.
because he
It's
claims to
nice.
be a big man.
I've slightly cropped your picture at the top, Mikey, so you need to come down a little bit because otherwise it's chopping the top of your head off. And that's it. You need to be able to see the top of your head. There you go. That's better.
I don't have the stream up.
Mm.
Oops. I should be commenting.
Yeah,
Let me share the stream. I'm going to share the stream on X, the Everything app.
Puninator says, Mikey, in your country where anything with a pulse can get a gun, yet your concern is with the polar bears, have you heard about the prospect of priorities?
Well, I can reason with and hopefully arrest someone with a gun.
You can reason with a MAGA with a gun.
Sure you can. I'm like, look, even more black people are behind you. And then like, what? And then I can just, use that obvious.
That's not reasoning with them. That's hoping to fool them after they've revealed they got a gun before they've shot you. With a bullet that travels faster than the speed of sound.
I'm like, oh my God, Barack Obama is right behind you. And he's got Obamacare. He's pointing it right at you. Give them something else they're afraid of.
Yeah. Paul's made a good point. Joe Biden said that if Trump wants extra security, Congress has to pass a budget, not close a government down over to the GOP then. That'd be quite funny, right? Imagine if, for whatever reason, the GOP, the government gets shut down and all of Trump's Secret Service people say, oh, we're not working then.
Let me ask you guys a better question as an American taxpayer. Why doesn't he go sit his ass the fuck down somewhere? Stop fucking going to the golf course every damn day. How about you get 10 golf trips a year, and that's when we will pay for your security. It is not our job to pay for you jet setting all over the universe. Sit your old ass down. Sit your old ass down. The funds are running out on your little expeditions all over the country. It is if you knew how expensive it is to have like some politician in your city and what a headache it is. And this asshole has been just scooting around all over, up and down the East Coast, ruining cities every time he shows up there. Sit your ass down. Won't have no more money for you. You're going to be in jail anyway, or worse. So no, we ain't spending no more cash, dude. Sit down. We're cash poor right now. We won't get paid until January 20th, January 6th. So we won't get paid till then. We won't got no more. Sit your ass in the house if you don't get shot at no more. We don't got no more money.
Yeah.
Stop going outside.
Yeah.
Go in the house.
Yeah. Under house arrest. I mean, that could be a start. I would like him to go to jail.
I do know a safe place for him where no guns are allowed.
A jail. I don't think it'd be very safe, though. I mean, ain't
nobody gonna bother him.
No? Not in jail.
Nah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
It'd be one of those posh jails where you're allowed to play tennis and shit.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He's not going to be in Shawshank.
I just want him off. I want him to have the shame of being off the streets.
Yeah.
I want him to wear that uniform. I want him to get inspected. I want him cough, squat and cough. Bitch. Okay, squat and cough. Make sure you're not sneaking nothing in here.
We have a question come in. Why do the GOP, the Genital Obsessed Party, why do they hate Medicare? Don't most of their voters, they're on Medicare, I would assume?
And it's I don't know, but they always have to thread that needle of never ever talking about increasing Medicare or making sure that it continues to stay funded at the same level. All they talk about is I never said I would cut it. I never said I would cut it, and then they would just surreptitiously try to cut it. Just try to cut it.
Yeah.
Because they don't read, they don't read the policy. They don't, there's only a very small percentage of, I don't know if it's just like that in the States, but there's not a lot of politically motivated people and politically active people. It's a smaller number than it should be. And people who are of a certain generation are used to having, couple of updates, couple of debates, make up your mind. It's all said and done. This 24-hour news cycle and people's past being brought up, they miss a lot of it. Like they literally didn't even know.
Yeah.
which is gross because I couldn't go. I mean, if I just woke up from a coma 3 months ago, Trump hadn't been shot at, Biden's still in the race, and then I wake up in the morning and Kamala Harris is like, oh, I'm just so glad that Trump is safe. I'm like, holy shit, why isn't everybody freaking out about that? Like 3 months is a long time. So just that little small window can let you know, if you haven't been watching since really ever, or maybe like halfway through last year, you're out of the loop, and it's easy to get out of the loop fast in a revolving door that is U.S. politics.
So yeah, I mean the fact that the GOP continuously shit on the people who vote for them, and yet the people who vote for them just demand more. There is
they want tariffs now.
There is a streak of like sadomasochism in there. Like, I mean, we do have working class conservatives in this country, but most really working class areas are staunchly Labour. Nearly all the very working class areas, especially in the south of America, are staunchly Republican. And that's a weird phenomenon because, like, the Republicans are going to do fuck all for them. Like, Trump himself, he brags all the time about the biggest tax cuts in history, which, A, they're not the biggest tax cuts in American history at all. But secondly, they only help the rich. The less you earn, the less it helps you.
They brag about it.
Yeah.
And they brag about it. Like, look, and I go on TikTok and troll people now because it's hilarious to me. And I troll them by asking them to explain their platform, and they can't do it. And they're just like, oh, the tax cuts. I was like, okay, so how did that help you? Well, my boss gave me a promotion. How long have you been there? 15 years. Oh, okay. So what was your position, and then what'd you go up to? Assistant manager to manager. I was like, oh, so you had been trying to get that for a while? It's like, yeah. So why do you think the tax cuts did that? Because it was at the same time. I was like, are you kidding me, dude? So if the full moon was out, would you think that the full moon god gave you a promotion? Like, you got to think about what's real here, but they're very vulnerable because they don't know that the president doesn't control the freaking gas prices, and the president doesn't control aluminum foil prices. Well, I chose my words.
He's saying that that we've got the highest inflation ever in the history of America. I think it's like 2%. And he's saying we've got the highest inflation. And he's talking about gas prices. He's just pulling numbers out of his ass. Like, he's just lying and lying and lying. But
he's just like Grandpa Simpson.
But
just rambling.
Why if you want to talk about the psychology of America, like, why has all the shit that he's pulled over the last few years, why has it not touched the needle at all? Why hasn't it turned his own base against him in significant numbers that he doesn't stand a chance to become president again?
So I think we're all suffering from a little Trump derangement syndrome. So let's take Trump out of the equation, but we're going to put somebody else, anybody else Republican, in his place.
Yeah.
Anybody else. Now run the Trump scenario from him coming down the escalator till yesterday. There is not a possible scenario where any Republican could have pulled that off. You could have been Reagan. It could have been Bush. It could have been freaking Abraham Lincoln. Nobody was getting away with that.
Yeah.
Because that's not Republican behavior. They're supposed to be stoic and war hawks and, supposed to be able to clean a rifle, shoot whiskey, and fix the church van on the way home from their. This is what these guys like fantasize about. Like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is none of it. It's none of it. They have, for whatever reason, decided to go all in for the crazy. And that's what I said. When they started pushing Trump, when he had no policy at all, and he just went up there and insulted people.
Yeah, that's what he does.
His numbers just went up, and his numbers just crept up. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Because, when the little idiot kid who keeps interrupting the teacher finally gets that piece of chalk in his hand and gets told to go up to the board and teach, it's a shit show that happens after it.
Yeah.
And they kept pushing it and daring. All right. Trump doesn't know that he's stupid. So y'all keep, I know y'all pushed it because you're like pissed at.
Well, he thinks he's a genius. He thinks he's a genius. He thinks he's a very
Of course
stable
he
genius.
does.
George, thank you very
He
much
also
for the
thinks
super
he's
chat.
6'5" and 120 pounds or some shit.
George is saying syphilis causes psychiatric disorders, including depression, mania, psychosis, personality changes, delirium, and dementia. That fits Trunt, doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I don't know if he ever got like laid like that though. I mean, you got to have like sexual contact to get STDs, and I don't think he was super popular with the ladies. He would just harass them all the time, but he didn't notice he doesn't have 50 children like most
No.
billionaires.
Well, he's got quite a few. I mean, he's got 5 from 3 different women, is it? But I mean, like, yeah, it's
every 20 years he buys another one off the internet.
So tell me about this Laura Loomer weirdo, this white supremacist who looks like the doll from the Saw movies. Like, she's 31 years old and she's had so much work done on her face, and she's had so much filler put into her lips to make her look more like an African sort of, heritage lips. And it's weird for a white person who's a white
We're
supremacist.
so ugly. We're so ugly.
What's with the? Why is she? Yeah, why is she? But that's a woman. Like you look at her and you go, "Oh my god!" She obviously hates herself, and then she's transposing that hatred to everyone else. But is she having an affair with Donnie now? Is this the latest rumor that like they're getting it on?
Oh man, if she just came out of like a bathroom with like an orange Cheeto mouth, I would just throw up everywhere. That would just be the grossest day. The grossest day. If that's her game to like try to get money and fame, hey, do your thing, girl. I'm super sex positive. Do whatever
oh my god,
disgusting deeds you might need to do.
There's being sex positive and then there's being sex positive. Come on.
Hey, do what you got to do. However. Couldn't be me. I don't know what her look. She is a certified crazy girl. She is a racist. She is all of the crazy conspiracy things. She's a 9/11 truther. She said it was an inside. And she went
to the memorial. She went to the 9/11 memorial. Like seriously.
And now do you see the lady was like, get out of here, and then they pushed that little old lady out the way so they could let Laura Loomer and her crazy
Did that happen?
In there.
Did that happen?
Remember that's the thing. I'm saying, like, look how they treat veterans, right? They want to push that lady around, but then they bring this lady to there's no respect. But God this damn. Is their guy. This is full crazy. If you guys ever wanted to know what it like a full nationalism, this is what it looks like. This is what happens when the emperor literally has no clothes on, and these guys are willing to fight you to argue about how fine those clothes are.
What's her story? Is it just she's just a podcaster or something? What does she do?
She does a lot of podcasts and interviews and stuff like that. I can dig up a little something on her. Let's see what I can find.
Loomer and Trump are working together.
Like I think she's part of that Mothers of Liberty, or if she's the president. I know she's affiliated.
Is she a mother? Is she a mother? Is she a breeder? Loomer and Trump are working together like one creature. Lump. Maybe they're trying to get together to make a creature called Lump, who sat alone in a boggy marsh. Trump is about to find out what it's like to be left for a younger woman. Someone will tell me who said that one. I like that. Loomer don't care where it's been.
Oh, here you go. Loomer has worked as an activist for several organizations, including Project Veritas, The Gallup Report, Rebel News, and InfoWars. Loomer gained notoriety as a result of being banned from numerous social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, payment processors, vehicles for hire, and food delivery mobile apps for various reasons, including violating policies of hate speech and posting misinformation. She's also been banned or removed from events and had press credentials revoked for harassment causing disturbances. She's just a general delight, it looks like. I don't know why he wouldn't want to be associated with her. Fits the mold. That's his type of person. This is what he watches on his little crusty phone all day.
Yeah,
he likes these people.
But like, I take a sort of a more of an interest than most in politics, and I just can't keep up with the madness that is all this shit that happens with Trump. Like, it's not just his court cases. It's not just people he's hanging out with, like Laura Loomer. Like, today I was reading about Johnny McEntee. Do you know this guy? He was working for the White House for like 2 weeks at the end of the Trump reign of error. I think he came in on January the 7th and left on the 20th when Trump was kicked out. And he forged Trump's signature on a document pulling all American troops out of Afghanistan.
How do you spell his last name?
And Somalia. It's Mac McEntee. McEntee. Johnny McEntee. Okay. Like this another, like every day I was just like, there's another mad story. So this guy forged the president's signature. He was getting like, I don't know, he was the tea boy. He was getting tea for the president. And because Trump was too busy, mounting an insurrection, he went, I'll tell you what, I'll sign this document pulling all American troops out of Afghanistan and Somalia. The biggest military on earth, and it's been controlled by a T-boy who's forging the president's signature.
Now listen here. There's been a lot of rumors going around the internet that Trump knows anything about Project 2025. In May 2023, it was announced that McEntee was joining the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go.
But Trump knows nothing about it. He just knows every single person who has anything to do with its construction.
Right.
They just didn't tell him. He just conveniently doesn't know about it. That's the current lie.
Right.
And he plays this little kid game where he says, like, he mispronounces. He's like, Project 51. I've never even heard of Project 51. Like, just obtusely mispronounces it so that he's like, little kid brain can like,
but
I'm not lying.
Nearly everyone involved in it worked for Trump.
Yeah. And he's on video saying, thank you, Heritage Foundation, for doing such a good job putting this plan together. It's literally on video. And then they just look at you like, but he just had to say that. I'm like, because why?
Jesus Christ. Because he's got to distance himself from it. But like at the same time, even if he was balls deep in it, which he is, but like, I don't think his base will care. I don't think there's anything Trump can do right now that is going to cost him a single vote. He can write in capitals, I hate Taylor Swift as a tweet, and he's not going to lose a vote because no one who likes Taylor Swift votes for him anyway.
Sir, I don't know why you would say that. McEntee has stated that as part of Project 2025, he supports a total ban on pornography. And they're going to vote for, like, this is Brexit, dare I say, levels of self-harm. Trump has already said he's going to tax and tariff every single country that we have trade deals with so that we can all take that money and I guess it goes to the citizens. So we're going to lose all of our trade deals. No one's going to do anything with us, except it's going to be like fucking Handmaid's Tale, where he wants to put all the women in cages, I guess, and have them just be bred for different seasons or whichever one of his guys in his special SS brown shirt brigade, whichever one they want to pick out. Like, I don't know what everyone is thinking right now, but the look on faces I get from people when I'm like, this is like seriously a bad thing that's happening to us. Like, we're literally under attack right now. Like, you guys are always saying stuff like that. When have I said this? When have I said that this dude is literally trying to put, okay, you know what? We just outvote him. That's all you can do.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Democrats need to do some work, and I want to talk to you about that in a moment. But first of all, thank you very much to Tim Ballum. Johnny McEntee, dating app CEO. Is that where Trump got Loomer? Yeah, he does an app called The Right Stuff or something, where it's a right-wing dating app. Throw me into the pits of hell.
This is not a Politics Social sponsored message, but if you want to disrupt the machine, maybe a bunch of left-leaning people should hop on that website, make thousands of bullshit accounts, and jam up the works.
That'd be a good idea, actually.
I mean, they can have. I mean, I heard that people were doing that to heritagefoundation.com. They were going there and they were just putting in thousands of fake applications into their little how to join their little inside take over the country club.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a real shame if they had to sort through billions of emails.
Yeah. Mad.
It might take them years to find a single candidate because there were so many applications in there.
Is that a really big mug or are you just really tiny?
It's Pizza Planet.
Oh, cool. How far are you from Toronto?
On a plane?
No, in a
5
boat.
hours.
I'm
not driving there.
5 hours on a boat.
On a plane.
How long on a 5 hours on a plane? You're not that far away from Toronto. You're both on the lakes, aren't you?
They're on the whole other side of the Great Lakes.
But they're on a lake. I mean, it's only a lake. It's not like it's the sea.
What do you want me to get a kayak?
Get a canoe.
So
like a kayak.
Yeah. So the orcas can get me. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, a polar bear drifting along on a bit of ice.
There might be some submariner polar bears being pulled along by orcas.
There might well be. I just realised I actually put the wrong link into the description today for the talk that we're doing next week. It's going to be me, Mike Galsworthy, Famine, and also Peter Core from the National Rejoin March. We're going to come and have a drink. You can come and have a drink with us at the Ship and Mitre in Liverpool during the Labour Party conference. It starts at 7:30 a week today on the 23rd of September. The link is in the chat now if you want to have a look at that. If you want to come along, you're very welcome to. It's limited tickets. It's only a small venue. And it'd be nice to actually meet some of you in real life. So if you want to come along, it's free. So, yeah. Do that. The beer is not free though, unfortunately.
9 hours by car.
9 hours. It takes 9 hours to drive to bloody hell. America's
it's a big country.
Can you get there by boat though? Do you have to go over the Niagara Falls? How does it work?
No. Well, it's Buffalo. Oh yeah, because it's on. There's probably something that connects it.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Probably. You can get from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. I know that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people
they got locks. They got locks and shit. They got
yeah. Dave W.
Someone must have figured this out.
Dave W says Toronto is about a 3-hour drive from where I am. Says Dave W. He must be in Scunthorpe. My brain feels like there's a hurricane raging in it. Says Duke Vengeance. Pardon me. Yeah. Apparently,
it should. That's a good thing. But use that energy for something. Don't just be pissed. Organize.
Mikey, apparently it's 184 hours on foot.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I'm late.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh no, I'm going to be in Toronto in December. I thought I'll pop over and say hello. But if it's going to take me 5 hours on a freaking plane,
yeah.
If I've got my American visa by then, which is highly doubtful.
You know what? Let's see how this 2025 shakes out. And I think the Famine household might be on the road. We might be going to go see some things.
Yeah.
Do some things.
Okay. I want to ask you a question. Okay. So what do Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Turkmenistan, Angola, Nigeria, and East Timor all have in common?
Flooding.
They were a lot easier to get into than the United States is for me now. True story. Just saying. Just saying. I went to Tibet. I crossed over on foot from Nepal into Tibet. Who does that? I went into Iran on my own, not in a tour, but on my own from Afghanistan, and it was easy compared to getting an American visa.
They did one of these, just
well, I would have been
get out of here.
I would have been absolutely screwed-a-roonied if I tried to do my expedition to every country.
Now. Oh, not even.
Because if I wanted to go to America, I'd have to have an interview in London. So, yeah. But once I get my visa, apparently it lasts for 10 years. So, happy days. But if Trump gets in, I'm not coming. If Trump gets in, I'm leaving you all to it. What are you going to do if Trump gets in? Here's a question for you. What are you and your friends and family and whoever else What are you going to do if Trump wins?
So there's a couple camps, right? Like
What, like concentration camps? They've set them up already. Bloody hell. That's efficiency that I never expected from the GOP.
Good luck getting us in there.
Yeah. Gilead camps.
Some of us are looking to be expats. Like there are.
You mean
tons of
immigrants?
places-
You mean immigrants?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I don't have a damn problem with immigrants. You know, like I'm not some random pale person claiming dominion over land that doesn't belong to them, and then yet still claiming that they belong.
I've got a question for you.
The pot-peddledness of
In
all
your
this is
experience,
staggering.
do white people ever stop whining?
No.
No. Okay, good.
But Americans,
Good to know.
But Americans don't stop whining. They complain about literally everything while they have some of the best things and some of the not best things. Like our gas is cheaper than like I think we were talking about the other week. It's like equivalent over here. It would have to be like $7 or $8 a gallon is what they pay every day in Europe.
Yeah.
And they're just used to it. And then we just bitch about fucking, man, it's $3.99, man. This is some bullshit. I mean, so like, let's give Trump the keys to the castle because the gas prices were lower because of, I don't know, a global pandemic. So that equates to this guy is the best guy for the job. Like it's weird, man. I don't know if people feel like their vote matters. So they don't feel like the consequences of any candidate matter either.
Yeah.
Like if my vote is so meaningless, then obviously the choice between the two of these guys must be that slim, when in all actuality it is, and nothing could be further from the truth. There's one person who has been on the pretty much straight and narrow her entire life, and one person who has been trying to abscond the law.
Hire. She's a DEI hire. She only rose to the position she did because of
she
DEI.
she slept her way up to where and it's just like the most disrespectful shit you could ever say to a woman.
Yeah.
Especially a woman of color. And they just say it so casually as if the fucking shit is normal. You know what I mean? Like they just throw that at her. It's like, dude, you have nothing as a career. Like you have like a bunch of closed down casinos and 91 fucking charges. Like
all the money that his daddy gave him.
Oh, he only gave me like a little bit of money, only like 400,000. Bitch, you lying? Be lying.
Dave W was talking about Toronto and Quebec in County Durham. I live around the corner from Quebec in County Durham. It's only a 5 minute drive for me. But yes, there is a Quebec here. Paul wants to know. This is a question for me. Graham, you are from Liverpool and don't have an Irish passport. Really no Irish in you at all? Come on, look at me beard. I'm obviously Irish in some respects. But yeah, my great grandfather and my great grandmother came across because she was a Catholic and he was a member of the Orange Order. So they couldn't exactly get together over there. So they came to Liverpool. They eloped to Liverpool about 100 and God knows how many years ago. But it only goes on your grandparents. So there's a small chance if you can prove that they were both from Ireland or one of them was from Ireland, my mum might be able to get an Irish passport. And if she can get an Irish passport, I might be able to get one. But we don't know yet. So yeah, we're looking into it. But the records are sketchy because I come from, on my mum's side, quite a working class background. And the records aren't as good on that side as they are my middle class side of my family, which is my dad's side. Ivan, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. That is very kind of you. Us British have certainly had enough to complain about for the last 14 years. Thank you, Ivan. That is a very good point. Thank you for the super chat because Puninator says, Mikey, I can assure you that white people whining won't change while you chat with Graham. Why, Yora?
I was hoping to save just one.
Yeah.
I can't save all the starfish, but I can save this one.
Wow.
I threw it back in the ocean.
So One Angry Pagan's just written that a train ticket from where One Angry Pagan lives, which is down in the southwest of the country, one-way ticket, £194 for a one-way ticket. Oh my god!
You know that's like a 5-day ride, though.
I'm sorry. It's not a 5-day.
That's easily a 2.5-day ride.
No, it's not. It's like 3 hours. Well, no, it's a bit more than 3 hours. It's not a long. It's not that long.
From the Southwest all the way. My mom went from.
Yeah, it's a tiny country, Britain. I'm not talking about the USA.
Oh, I thought you said the Southwest up to Toronto. I was
No,
like,
the Southwest of England up to Liverpool, which is barely halfway up the islands of Britain.
Brother, you're
194 one way. That is shocking. That is absolutely shocking. Yeah, we got Greg saying my family's kind of fake Irish because we got resettled there from Scotland, but the family name means son of that guy from Wales, which is a great Irish name. St. Patrick was from Wales. So was Richard Burton.
The second camp of Americans,
yes,
are here to fuck shit up.
So you think that do you think there will be a massive exodus if Trump gets in? Do you think that's actually going to happen, or do you think people will just try and
It'll be the people that we need the most, and that's gonna hurt the most. Because who wants to be a doctor if Trump's threatening a lifetime jail?
Yeah.
If you even do a consult for an abortion.
Yeah. Or you help a woman who's having a miscarriage.
Nope. So why would any doctor stay here? They just leave
because their family's there. Now, this is a question why when people talk about. When people talk about refugees and they're like, why do they have to leave the country? And I'm like, why would they stay? What would make them stay in a war zone where they think, every day they've got to worry about their children literally dying in front of them violently? Like, why would anyone stay in that situation? I have utmost sympathy for people leaving those situations. And yeah, you're right. It doesn't make the situation better because they're the people that you need to stay. But at the end of the day, you've only got one life, I don't expect everyone to be a hero, especially when children, family, are involved.
It's almost like that's why we have a representative republic where people are supposed to, fight on the behest of the people that they represent. Yeah. But when that doesn't freaking happen and all you have is one party paying another party to pay another party to pay. Cool. You guys are having all that fun and games and all that stuff. Meanwhile, the people are struggling. The people are hurting. And if this is going to put people in danger, much like Trump lies about Springfield, Ohio, where they've had bomb threats nonstop in almost every large building in the city. They have effectively shut down the city with bomb threats. The classes are online. The city hall is shut down. Everything's shut down. This is just from some 4chan shit.
Yeah.
What happens when the next thing he says is, "Oh, the guy that did X is over there. Go get him."
Yeah.
And then a mob shows up, and then people get hurt. Then what happened? Like this is why I have warned and others have warned about this man in particular. He ain't rap tight, and he says stupid shit, and he could be easily manipulated by the likes of Stephen Bannon and Stephen Miller.
But
and they're back there just cracking up.
But going back to the crazies, like the crazies of his fans, and he's not going to be attacked by a liberal. It's just not going to happen. He's going to be attacked by one of his fans who is disillusioned because Trump didn't smile at him in the right way when they met, like walking past in an elevator or something. Like there's going to be some backstory to it, but essentially he's more likely to be killed by the woman from Misery than he is by, I don't know.
You don't have any Paul Sheldon books?
Who? Paul Sheldon? What was Paul Sheldon?
That's the guy. That's the character in the movie. Kathy Bates' character, she liked.
Oh, but it was called Paul Sheldon.
Paul Sheldon, yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
He's the author
by James
of
Caan.
No, not the actual writer of the thing, but the fictional author. What's his name? Paul Sheldon.
Played by James Caan in the film Misery.
Gotcha. And okay. We're all on the same page.
I'm trying to remember the character's name for the woman in it.
Oh,
what was her name?
God. Chat, help us, chat.
help us, chat.
Send chat, send help. What was Kathy Bates' character name in Misery? Oh my God, it's driving me insane. It's right there. It's right on the top of my frontal lobe.
All I can think now is Bates because of Kathy Bates and obviously Norman Bates, who was another famous psycho.
Yep.
But that wasn't her name. Someone's
Norman
going to say it,
Rockwell.
and it's going to be like, "Yep, that's the one." Norman Rockwell. Wendy.
Come on, chat.
No. Harriet. No. Annie Wilkes.
Annie Wilkes.
Annie Wilkes. Thanks, Yoni. Putting us out of our misery.
Yoni,
Yeah.
you're the best. Thank you, Yoni.
Alvone is saying
a good brain scratch you gave me there. Thank you very much.
First of all, Zosalix is saying Homelander fan syndrome, reference to the boys. Yes.
Yeah.
But also, Vance said he was lying about eating pets on CNN. That's Paul. But Alvone is saying that Elon, who tweeted today, Trump's been shot at twice. How come Kamala Harris and Joe Biden haven't been shot at?
There you
He
go.
actually tweeted that today. Elon is an equal danger, Graham. I disagree with that because he can't be president. He wasn't born in America, and therefore he can never have as high an office. He can never be commander-in-chief of the American military. And there's a thing about Trump, like you mentioned earlier, Mikey, where you said if it was any other Republican, they'd be out on their ear years ago. But Trump gets away with it. Trump gets away with absolute murder, Homelander style. But the thing is, as soon as he is no use to the GOP anymore, it's going to be like the end of the Truman Show, where everyone's like, "Oh my god," like if he cocks it, or if he doesn't win and he actually loses and gets his ass kicked, whatever, they're just going to change the channel. Let's go. What's on the other channel? And that's it.
So I think that's what this run is, because if you notice, the RNC didn't really fundraise at all. And so then when he came in, he took all their money and put it towards his legal fees. They were like, "Oh, guess we're out of money." There has been no large push from, upstanding Republicans or any kind of moderate
but he
Republicans.
doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
He does, though, because they don't have any money.
Yeah, but he doesn't need that. He's still neck and neck in Pennsylvania. That's all he needs to win. If he wins Pennsylvania, he's got the presidency.
We're not talking about him. We're talking about Republicans.
Yeah.
He is not a Republican. He came into the Republican Party, bullied everybody about. Now he's spoiled the whole piggy bank. He's taken all the money. So they're just like, you know what? Here, go on, run and lose. And maybe he'll go to jail and we can start earning money again and saving some money again. Because that's what it, you know what I mean? He's come in and he's upset everything. He's broken everything. He spent all the money. He got everybody in trouble. Everybody went to jail. He did all this. So if I'm a Republican and I'm Mitch McConnell or somebody like that, wait this fool out, bro. Just wait him out. Just let him run this time and wait him out. Put JD with him so he can wait him out. That's the Omega level big brain strategy, is to let this asshole push himself out of the digestive system on his own. He's going to get himself in trouble. We already spent as much money as we need to. Don't spend another dime. We'll cut our losses once he loses this one.
My issue with the Democrats is I don't feel like Kamala is getting in the news enough. Obviously she beat him in the debate, but that hasn't, like the DNC and the debate, she bossed both of them. No one can disagree with that. But if you look at the polls, it's hardly made a dent. They are still neck and neck, and Trump is slightly ahead in some of those critical swing states, most notably Georgia and Arizona. He is still ahead, and he's got a very, very good chance of winning. At the moment, I think 538 is saying he's got a 4 in 10 chance of winning. She's got a 6 in 10 chance of winning.
I mean,
it's almost a coin flip, mate. Oh God, it's gone black and white all of a sudden. What's all that about?
I didn't know that this was like bullshit sunlight because my window's over there, but that's not. I don't want that.
Don't worry about it. We've got to wrap up in a minute anyway. Been yakking on for an hour.
When I get dramatic, I can do this.
Mike is asking, will the GOP sue Trump for their money back if he loses? I'd love to see them try.
Have anything.
I'd love to see them try and get their money back.
All the money is in the lawyers' pockets. Everything has gone to lawyers.
Yeah.
Everything has gone to lawyers. Rudy Giuliani didn't get his money because Trump had to pay his own lawyers. Everybody's broke. He is just and he won't shut up. He had to borrow money from whatever country it was to pay off his other things so he could stay out of jail. Like, he's just stupid. He's just a big he's a black hole of cash.
Well, there's that thing, isn't there? I think it was one of the Natties who said it is always accuse your enemy of that which you are guilty yourself. And Alf Smith was just put in the chat that Trump ate Laura Loomer's cat. Oh no, he doesn't mean cat. Alf, what is wrong with you? Why would you put that in the chat? Oh, there's an image I don't need. Jez Hunt says Kamala needs to start doing an Ed Davey. I don't think she needs to go that far, but I mean, I do think that she needs to be a bit more savvy on how she can get into the news for doing, good stuff that people will appreciate. But each day there should be one thing that will say, "Oh, Kamala Harris went to somewhere today, and she went to steel work in Pittsburgh, and she dressed up as a steel worker," or something. Just something that will get into the news. But at the moment, she doesn't seem to be doing very much. It's it's responsive. They're just responding to what Trump does instead of being proactive.
So we're not going to learn the lesson that the American public is obviously hyper reactive to fear. Yeah. So we're not gonna stoke the fear that if Trump gets in, all of this stuff is gonna happen. We're gonna provide a better future, and he's gonna win on fear every time. Sorry, it's politics, not fucking hug club. Win.
I agree.
Win.
Do what it takes to win.
Your number one job is don't fucking lose.
Yeah. Well, we talked about why Biden doesn't use his newfound godly powers to do whatever the fuck he wants. Lock him up. Lock up your opposition.
Lock him up.
No one can do you for it. The Supreme Court said that anything you want to do is
official
fine.
Act.
Yeah, it's an
Write it
official
down
act.
on a napkin. It's an official
act. As
I
president.
hereby, Joseph Baskin Robbins Biden, officially say that I'm allowed to lock up the Supreme Court. And then he just, hey, arrest them. SEAL Team 6, put them all in custody until I tell you to let them out.
Yep.
There you go. And then they will remove the powers from you. And then we can have this regular, normal politics fight. But as long as that's the looming guillotine over my neck, stop being fucking nice. We don't have time for that bullshit. Stop with the positivity. The Supreme Court has just unleashed douchebag McGillicuddy at his full final form. No thanks.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready to go underground and start living off the land and doing all the regular shit that a revolution implies.
Yeah.
I don't know that everybody's built like that. So if you ain't built like that, you should probably preserve the democracy that we have, as opposed to saying, "Oh, let's build another one out of the ashes of the last one."
Yeah.
No thanks. That's a much longer journey that I'm not interested in.
I couldn't agree more, mate. I couldn't agree more. Right, come on, Democrats, go some balls. Anyway, thanks very much.
Damn it!
Fight. You got to fight for your right to.
When we fight, we win.
Yeah. To what's it called? Party. Not the grand old party though. Not the genital obsessed party. Anyway, Mikey, thank you so much for joining us this evening on Stateside. What time is it over there? Is it about 4 o'clock or something? 5 o'clock?
3 or 4. About time to start that second load of laundry.
Yeah, sounds about right. All right, mate. Well, listen, you take care. Have a lovely week. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday maybe for the Politics Social. But hang in there. We'll be checking in every couple of weeks, see how you're doing in the run up to this stupid election, which is just
glad I could fill
all the oxygen from everything.
Glad I could fill in for Lady Phoenix, aka Brenna.
Well, you do alternate weeks, so she'll be on next week, and I hope she's about.
Yeah, my favorite. She's
Fingers
the best
crossed.
part.
So if you're watching, Brenna, hello, and thank you. Anyway, thanks to Mikey. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks for the super chats. If you want to come and meet us in real life next week, it's a week today, 7:30 at the Ship and Mitre in Liverpool. It's a free tickets. Just give what you want, and the event price is there. It's going to be me and Femi and Mike Galsworthy and Peter Court of the National Rejoin March, and the topic is going to be: Do all roads lead back to Europe. So we're not just talking about the EU, we're going to be talking about Erasmus and Horizon and Euratom and the single market and the customs union and the euro and the Schengen, everything, right? Covering it all. So if you'd like to join us for that and a couple of drinks afterwards, you are very welcome to do so. Right, okay, that's it for us for tonight. And until next time, I'll say thanks for watching. Give us a like on the way out, as always. And until tomorrow morning, when Phil joins us at 9:30 for Morning Brew, I'll say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.